All right, folks, it is 6 o'clock and it is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. We are in the council chambers for the city of Platteville, and I'm calling the meeting to order. Dave, we'll start with roll call.
Barbara Doss.
Here.
Bob Gates. Here. Brian Wisnant.
Here.
Lynn Parrott is excused. Stephen Badger.
Here.
Kathy Kopp.
Here.
Tony McFall.
Okay, tonight we're going to start with a couple presentations. The first is a very special presentation. So, Doug, if you'll come forward. Doug, first I have a certificate that says for 34 years of service, it's a certificate of appreciation from the city. I'm sure you have seen no change during that time at all,
No,
have you? None
but
at all.
I do need proof for this.
That's true. And Doug does have it, you're not going anywhere yet.
No.
The second thing Doug has is he now has, he says he has enough nameplates to put on the bathrooms at home, so they're all his bathrooms.
Yep.
There we go. So he's got enough nameplates. We also have a proclamation for you, and I'm going to attempt to read this.
I was gonna say, it looks like a mouthful.
It's pretty long, and then I sometimes get a little emotional when I think about these things. So this is recognition of Police Chief Doug McKinley's 34 years of outstanding service and dedication to the city of Platteville. Whereas Police Chief Doug McKinley has faithfully and honorably served the city of Platteville and the Platteville Police Department since 1991. Whereas throughout Doug's distinguished career with the Platteville Police Department, Doug rose from the ranks, serving as police officer, police sergeant, police lieutenant, and finally as police chief, which he served as for the past 21 years. Whereas Doug served as police chief during the planning and development of the current police station, monitoring the construction and overseeing the transition of the department into this space. And whereas under Doug's leadership, the Platteville Police Department pursued and earned accreditation from the Wisconsin Law Enforcement Accreditation Group, first in 2021 and every year since. And whereas Doug has displayed calm leadership, sound judgment, dedication to service, integrity, professionalism, and an unwavering commitment to excellence, Doug has earned the respect and gratitude of the citizens of Platteville, elected officials, city staff, and fellow law enforcement professionals. And whereas beyond his professional accomplishments, Doug has exemplified the values of public service, mentorship, and community engagement, leaving a lasting and positive impact on the city of Platteville and those he served alongside. Now, therefore, I, Barbara Dawes, Council President of the City of Platteville, on behalf of the Common Council and city employees, both past and present, do hereby recognize, honor, and commend Police Chief Doug McKinley for 34 years.
Should have a bottle of water.
Go ahead.
Nope, we got You had a hand building of the PD too.
Well, we did.
Which one do you want? We'll go with this one.
We'll go with this long one.
There you go. Yep,
All right, ready? 1, 2.
thank you. It's been the honor of my professional career to call myself a Platteville police officer, and I'm humbled to hear this proclamation. And like so many things like this aren't one person doing it. We've got a tremendous group of professionals over there at the Platteville PD, officers, dispatchers, support staff, community service officers, everybody. And it's that place is my baby. I've been there for 34 plus years. I have every confidence that Josh will take it to the next level and beyond, and I'm excited to watch that from a distance. But, and when I talk about a tremendous group of people, I need to mention two of them are sitting back there right now. My daughter isn't here, but my son Connor and my wife Lori. Nothing like this gets done without having them firmly in my camp. So, but thank you and the community of Platteville. It has truly been a Thank you very much.
We'll miss you, Doug, and we know that you're going to have time at home with your family, and that's great too. And Sarah, thanks for coming. Okay, we'll move on to our second presentation. Tonight we're going to have the annual tourism report provided by our Platteville Regional Chamber of Commerce Executive Director, Wayne Woodars.
Thank you, Barb. It's a pleasure to be here and do my annual report. And they already left the room, but I wanted to commend the chief on keeping all of our visitors and guests safe throughout that time that he was here, because we're bringing a lot of people into our community to look at all of our assets and our amenities here. And so it goes without saying we need to have the safe community for that to happen and to continue to happen. So I applaud his efforts and all that he's done. And I know he's been a big help to me for many things that have happened throughout the course of my 7 years with the chamber. So thank you for letting me come tonight. I've got a verbal presentation. I'm gonna show you some slides of some things that we did during the last year. A year ago when I reported to you, we were recapping 2024, and that was kind of a soft year for us. We had a 9% decrease for that year, and part of that was due to the fact that we had a lack of snow, and we had a lot of flooding in the area, so that really impacted numbers and travelers and visitors. And I've given you a wealth of information in those packets, so I can't possibly go over everything, but the last economic impact report I have from the state was in your packets. It was for 2024 versus 2023, and we were only one of 12 counties that had a decrease that year. And it was due to the fact that we didn't have any snow and we had flooding. So we've improved on that. So 2025, those results show that we've had steady growth in our room tax. And there's many reasons for that. I like to take credit for some of that, but we can't leave out the elephant in the room tax equation, which was the hail damage and the hailstorms. So we've had some consistent contractors in our community that have helped with guiding this increase, and not just in the roofing business, but in solar and in wind projects as well. And I think Alliant Energy has been doing some projects. So we've had a number of things that have really contributed to the increase that we've had. And if you look at the fourth quarter, for those of you that are new to the council, I think we have a couple. I'm comparing notes based on quarter 4 from last year added with the 3 quarters from 2025, because we just recently received the fourth quarter results. So the numbers may not match from what you're seeing on this sheet with what we're reporting, but that's just the way it works. There's always a 30-day continuance after the end of the quarter for the motels and lodging properties to turn in their room tax. So, but if you look at the results from 2025, you'll see that the first quarter we had it was about even with last year, but it's number 2 of all time for first quarter results. The second quarter, we had a record for second quarter. Third quarter was a record, and the fourth quarter was a record for the quarters. For the year, it was a record. We've never had $236,500 room tax. That's a significant revenue for us. So that was a 17.5% increase. So I project the trend is going to continue to go up. We've been doing a lot more promoting to other communities, other parts of the state. We still have construction projects that will be happening. I know there's still many roofs and siding jobs that have to be done. And I think that there's other projects in the works with solar and wind that should continue. I think the impact of that may be felt for the next 4 or 5 years, from my understanding. So some of the things that we've done I can share with you in these slides here. We publicize in a variety of print publications, and we do other things as well, but these are some of the assortments of things that we've done, and you may see a consistent theme or message through some of these because we may repeat an ad. We want to have a consistent look. We've been doing billboards in the Dubuque on the other side of Dyersville as people travel this way from the Field of Dreams. So we've had a variety of billboards that we've done. We've been in the Brewers Yearbook the last couple of years, which we've had a lot of comments and notoriety about. We're not going to do that this year. We're going to kind of mix up things and adjust things, but we've had some great publicity from the Brewers Yearbook. We do a digital campaign through the Dubuque Chamber, which is really inexpensive, just promoting some of our events and things. We attended a travel show in Chicago last year. This is something that the Chamber used to do many years ago. They went to Des Moines and other parts of Iowa and Chicago, and we have not done that since I've been here. So we pooled monies with Cassville, Great River Road, and Prairie du Chien in order to afford a booth space, and so we collaborated there. The Galenian, we have a lot of day travelers that people go to Galena and they're looking for something to do during the day, so they come over here. So we've been supporting those publications in the spring and the fall. Of course, we support our Grant County brochure with a listing of our events. The Great River Road is a very popular publication. Everybody's fascinated with the water along the Mississippi. Hidden Valleys is another very popular publication that covers 7 counties, and it's a lot of outdoor recreation, which is what we're known for here. So we tend to do that. We've developed this last year. We've got a QR code sign that we can put in all of our lodging properties and attractions. It takes the pressure off of the employees when someone comes in to stay, what's going on this weekend, and they can't think. They can just scan the event QR code, and it brings up our website listing of what's happening. So I don't want to say our employees in our community don't have to think anymore, but it sure takes the pressure off of them to know what's happening. So, and we do that with our attractions and our dining as well. So Midwest Living is a national publication, and this one has a request card in it where we can send information back to those folks that are interested in Platteville, and we've been mailing anywhere from 900 to 1,300 envelopes of Platteville information the last couple of years. So people are always engaged with maps, like to know the layout of the land, so we've been promoting in the Northwoods map. There's a publication that's actually done by Quick Trips. It's all outdoor recreation. This is in their larger Quick Trip locations, and it's also on their digital presence. So we just feature outdoor recreation. They also give us a nice 200 or 250 word essay that we can put in each publication as well. Exploring a Tri-States, there again we do an event listing. We've had some success bringing people up to our community from Davenport and the Quad Cities, so I've been trying to do some small little ads to keep those people interested in taking day trips and coming up along the river. Shopping News, of course, we support that with their day trippers 2 times during the year. We'll do some events. This was what we did last year for National Travel and Tourism Week. We've got some things already planned for this year. We do a hotel guide in Super 8. Most of these things will be going digital going forward. We support the Telegraph Herald and the Vacation Land publication, combining some ads with featuring the museum. Experience Platteville's highs and lows is a great theme, so we can get the M and the mine. We do our events in some of those specialty publications through the Telegraph Herald, which has actually helped us increase our attendance at some of our farm events, and the dinner will also be done this year. Again, the TH, we do and promote our Southwest Music Festival, especially when we have regional bands and acts that are coming from the Cedar Rapids area and the Quad Cities. So, and Travel Dubuque, again, our neighboring partner that we share some things. Wisconsin Travel Guide is a very popular publication. They did not do a printing last year. They just changed the cover, so we're reformatting it for the upcoming season. And we also have been supporting Women's Day and Good Housekeeping, a couple national publications in various parts of our country. We've been in the North Chicago and Cedar Rapids areas, so we're trying to draw people from a little drive to come here. And this was a copy of our Platteville guide from last year. So I think at this time, Jody was gonna queue up some videos. Is she? Yep. Oh, there you are. I gotta unplug here. We did a couple of 30-second spots that we promoted on the CW out of Madison. And so I just wanted to share those with you. We spent a little money to reformat some of the video that we had gotten from Abbing Video when we did those 2-minute videos, and we reformatted it into 30-second spots and featuring our trails and our outdoor recreation, and also Southwest Music Festival.
Get ready for the 2025 Southwest Music Festival happening Saturday, July 19th on historic 2nd Street in Platteville. Gates open at noon, with Walking Molly kicking off the live music at 1, Blue Steel on stage at 5, and the Port Tornadoes light up the night starting at 9. 3 incredible bands. 1 great price. Just $20 in advance or $25 at the gate. Bring your lawn chair. Seating is limited, and please no carry-in food or drink. Brought to you by the Platteville Regional Chamber. To find out more, visit the Southwest Music Festival event page on Facebook.
And we felt that those videos depicted a lot of really nice things that our community has to offer for not just our residents, for anybody that would be staying in our properties here to go out and enjoy. So at this time, I guess I would entertain any questions that any of you might have.
I had a question.
Sure.
The impact of the hailstorm and all all the damage and everything, are you able to factor that out just to see how we were doing year over year without that? Do you have any sense at all?
No, I don't have those numbers. That would be really up to the lodging properties to be able to identify what was, the room stays were for construction versus football games versus just family visits and whatnot. So
I was just curious how we were doing without that bump.
Yep.
Thanks.
Just for the benefit of our several new members on the council, you want to explain the percentages and what the impact is for the city with the contract that you have?
So the tax numbers, well, we have a 5% room rate tax, and the chamber gets 70% of the room tax. The city gets 28%, and the hotels or lodging properties get 2% for their administrative fees. So during 2025, if you go by the fourth quarter report, the city earned $66,351. So, and we're taking all of the money that you're giving to us, reinvesting it to bring people back here. So that was the biggest total that we've been able to achieve for the city in the time that doing room tax. So, and hopefully we can do better than that next year with some of the plans that we have made, so.
And those percents are set by state law.
So,
Yeah, the percents are actually set by state law.
Okay.
So, okay, anybody with any other questions?
Question, but just a comment. This was great. Those videos are really nice too.
those, we can't reuse the Southwest Music Festival and we'll have to recreate one, but those other two videos can be used whenever. So we're already thinking about reusing them, maybe not in Madison or maybe a different channel, but they can be used somewhere. So once you spend the money on designing it, as long as it's generic, so to speak, you can reuse that. So it's not money wasted. So I just want to thank the city for the cooperation. We work quarterly. We meet with the city tourism committee. And so we try to be transparent with all of our dealings. And it's been a pleasure working with everybody, trying to combine events. Even we just had an event at the airport this last week. So we tried to promote that on our social media and on our website. So let's continue to work out that partnership. So, okay.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the end of our special presentations for tonight. We'll move on to consideration of the consent agenda. The following items may be approved on a single motion and vote due to their routine nature of previous discussion. If you want separate discussion and action, please indicate that. So we have the council minutes from February 10th of this year. We have payment of bills. I have no appointments tonight to boards or commissions. We have licenses, 1- and 2-year operator licenses to serve and sell alcohol, as were in your packet. A Class B combination beer and liquor license for 25 Social LLC. Amar Reddy, who I believe is in the audience, for premises at 45 North 2nd Street. Okay, and banner permits, March 16th to March 30th for the Platteville Fire Department's promotion of their annual pancake breakfast, which is held at the high school. April 1 to October 31 for the Platteville Farmers Markets. That banner goes up and down, allowing other banners. September 7 to September 28th. For the Grant County Cancer Coalition, and again, that will go up or down depending on the UWP homecoming banner. Street closings we have for the Platteville Farmers Market, North Bonson Street and East Mineral Street from North Bonson to North 4th on Saturdays from 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. from May 2 to October 31. We have Irving Place from Park Place to North Bonson Street, North Court Street, and North Bonson Street, between Main Street and Irving Place for the alternate farmers market site for when we have Dairy Days, when we have the UWP Homecoming Parade, and when there are sweet treats on Main. And then we have Irving Place from Park Place to North Bonson, North Court, and North Bonson between Main Street and Irving Place for the Platteville Night Market on Saturday, July 18 from 2 to 8. And I believe that's held in conjunction with Hometown Week. No, what's on July 18th? Is that the car show? That's the annual car show and Southwest Music Fest. So those are the items on the consent agenda.
As long as Mr. Reddy's here, would it be okay if he shared like when his business is going to open?
Sure.
I mean, for our listeners at home.
You have to come to the microphone. You have to state your name, and then you have to state your address.
My home address or my business?
Your home address.
My name is Amar Reddy. My home address is 989 Veterans Memorial Road in Platteville. I have signed a lease with what was formerly Bistro 7, and we'll be calling it 2nd Street Social, dependent on the liquor license. And it'll, just be a bar lounge on 2nd Street, replacing what was there with Bistro. Any questions?
Plan to open soon?
Ideally next week, Wednesday is what I would like to do. It is dependent, I need a liquor license to order the liquor, so
There we go.
until then, it's TBD.
I guess that's dependent on a liquor
I
license.
guess we should vote in favor.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Please. I move to approve all the items listed under the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Dave will vote.
Dawes,
Yes.
Gates,
Yes.
Wisnam,
Yes.
Badger,
Yes.
Cop,
Yes.
McFall.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. We'll move on to citizens' comments, observations, and petitions, if any. And we have in the audience tonight a student who's observing us to see if we follow our agenda and if we use parliamentary procedure. So let's behave tonight, okay? All right, thank you for coming. Any other comments, observations, or petitions by anyone? Otherwise, I'm going to say thank you to the Airport Commission for the chilly fly-in. Actually, when I was there, 4 planes came in. Yeah, none with skis though. They just all were on the runway like a regular
There were the
normal plane.
skis. So.
There were, yeah, there was, yeah. But it was I thought they had a pretty nice crowd, I thought. I don't know. So that was nice. And Miners Ball. Several of us attended Miners Ball. Very nice event. And so we thank the museum and the Friends of the Museum for that activity. Any other thing that anybody else wants to comment on? Okay, then let's move on to the reports in the packet. We're the Parks, Forestry, and Recreation Committee. Bob, anything to add?
No, nothing to add.
The Library Board, Lynn isn't here. Police and Fire Commission, Kathy, you had 3 meetings.
We had 3 meetings. We've had a number of meetings. I guess one comment I want to make is when the commission selected Josh as our new police, he was out of town. And I know we hear a lot about the negative with social media, but I kid you not, when the city posted the press release that Josh was going to be our new police chief, I saw it on our favorite social media. It had been posted 49 minutes before I saw it, and there were over 150 likes, thumbs ups, fantastic comments. So I think that says a lot about Josh, and I particularly want to thank the members of the commission. That was a tough one. That was quite the process, but we all have high hopes for you, Josh. So, but congratulations.
Congratulations, and guess what? We'll try to get something there with a name on it. That'd be nice, huh? Just instead of blank.
I have 1 bathroom, so I just need 1 sign.
You just need 1 sign. Okay. Airport Commission. Anything, Brian?
Nothing to add.
Okay. The CIP quarterly status report was also in our packet. Nicola, anything particular you want to say about that? Okay. Then we'll move into our action item for tonight. We have 1 action item. This is Resolution 2604 for DNR Trail Grants, Mountain View Park, Circular Trail Maintenance. Robert.
Thank you. The DNR is once again open enrollment for the trail grant. Last year we had applied for that and we wish to do so again. The DNR requires a resolution of support for grant request. Resolution 2604 would be for an 80-20 grant to maintain the circular trail in Mountain View Park. These grants are capped at $100,000. Awards would be announced in the fall of 2026 for construction in 2027. Staff has identified up to 7 locations in need of repair, or approximately 25% of the length of the trail. This is the same as last year. We are essentially resubmitting the grant request. If awarded, the city would conduct repairs at up to 7 identified locations. The 20% match up to $20,000 would need to be budgeted in the 2027. Staff is recommending to pass the motion resolution 2604. Enclosed is a map and the actual resolution, copy of the resolution.
Okay, anybody with questions? Anybody want to offer a motion?
I'll move to approve Resolution 26-04 DNR Trail Grant Maintenance.
I'll second.
Okay, Dave, we have a motion by Kathy and a second by Steve to approve Resolution 2604. We'll vote.
Dawes?
Yes.
Gates?
Yes.
Wisnam?
Yes.
Badger?
Yes.
Cop?
Yes.
McFall?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And that's the only action item on our agenda tonight, so we'll move then to information items on our agenda. The first of these is Contract 6-26. This is for sidewalk repair. Howard.
Yes, thank you. This is for our annual sidewalk repair contract. We opened one bid. The bid tabulation is enclosed. The sole bidder is Augelli Concrete and Excavating. They do much of the concrete work for our normal street construction contracts over the years. There is no issue with the quality of work. The bids came in much lower than expected at $29,406. As a matter of fact, if we had the bid prices from 2025, the bid would have been just over $40,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to work with them to add additional repair locations so that we would be at or under $40,000. So we're recommending that you award the contract to Augelli next time. Dan is here if you've got any specific questions also.
Anybody with any specific questions about this? Okay, then we'll see it on the agenda for action next time. Next is letter of support for the standalone curb ramp improvement project.
Okay.
Script,
yes. The DOT is proposing a project to improve all the sidewalk curb ramps on highways 80 and 81 in conjunction with their 2033 improvement project. But it would require a letter of support from the city to receive that federal funding. Just a reminder, the 2033 project has 2 parts, and this would be a 3rd part to this project. The first part would be reconstruction of Water Street from Business 151 to Pine Street, doing all the work, and the curb ramps in this section will be brought up to code as part of this project. Mill and overlay of Highway 81 of that asphalt section from Mineral Street on Chestnut, at the Chestnut and Mineral intersection where the asphalt starts, to the city limits. It would grind out 2 inches of asphalt and replace with new. All sidewalk curb ramps in this section would also be brought up to code as part of the project. The part 3, the script portion, would be to replace sidewalk curb ramps, bringing them up to current code for all portions of highways 80 and 81 not included in those 2 that I just spoke of. So it would do all of that. I've been told that there is no city funding required. All design, construction, real estate, all of it is part of the DOT grant funding through Federal Highway Administration. So we're recommending that we adopt the letter of support.
questions?
Yeah, what specifically are they looking to do?
Shaking.
What happens, what they do is they will remove the curb ramps with the bumps right at the intersections. And what they will do is make sure that those are to the current code. They basically have to be flat as you come off of the street, no more than 2% slope in any direction. And, you know, and then there's other little things. So what you might see is a curb on the backside of the sidewalk. If you go over to Camp and 7th, on the east side of 7th there on Camp Street, there's an example of one of those little backside curbs. That's because of how they need to do things. So they'll be doing those sorts of things, making sure that they're 5 feet wide instead of 4 feet wide, things of that nature.
Okay, this is not on for action tonight. This is on for action at our next meeting. If there are no more questions. And if there are no more questions, we, I believe, have reached the bottom of our information and discussion items. So I would then seek a motion to go to closed session per Wisconsin Statute 1985, Parent 1, Parent C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, and this is specifically to approve city manager candidates for interview by the Common Council.
I make a motion that we go to closed session and for all that you just repeated.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Steve and a second by Brian. Dave will vote.
Dawes?
Yes.
Gates?
Yes.
Wisnam?
Yes.
Badger?
Yes.
Cop?
Yes.
McFall? Motion carries.